Hello again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the set filter feature in the GL master file to locate and isolate a group of posted transactions to help you reconcile your GL financial reports. In some cases, you may want to narrow down and isolate a group of transactions in a particular period or specific period to reconcile the total balance for a particular account. So to do that, we can use the set filter option in the GL master file. So this is the GL master file. As you can see here, all the transactions from the AR and AP modules are posted in details. And what I mean by that is that each transaction, such as an invoice or a voucher, is posted with the corresponding debit amount and credit amount with a GL reference number, such as I1158 or Y1160 or voucher V1156 or etc. And so that's how you can quickly identify each transaction in the GL master file. The manual general journal entries, they don't have any particular pattern for GL reference number. However, those are the ones that have the GL source of JE for general journal entry. Let me see if I can find one here for you. I can certainly do the filter. For example, let's go into filter and say GL source. Let's see, GL source contains JE, apply, minimize. So these are the manual general journal entries that was put on and not posted by or from, let's say, AR module or AP module. Okay, so in this session, let's try to do to get a total debits and credit for, let's say, accounts receivable account for the month of September. So let's clear this filter, minimize this. So let's do that. Let's go to set filter, and I'd like to get a total debits and credits for account number 1006, which is accounts receivable. Okay, and only for the period of September. Okay, so we're going to do GL transaction, transaction date. Okay, this time we're going to do greater than or equal to, so the first of the month, so the 1st of September to the end. Okay, and transaction date, again, let's see, less than or equal to September 30th, 2010. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Okay, minimize this and see what we have. So as you can see here, the system is showing all the posted transactions for account number 1006, which is accounts receivable trade, from the 1st of the month all the way to the end of the month, which is 27th. Okay, and to get the total debits and credit, all you have to do is click on recalc total, and we can see here we have a total debit of $149,978, and you have a total debits of $19,835, and there's a variance. And the way you interpret this is that essentially during the month of September you had a total sales of $149,978, and you had a payment, total payments of $19,835.49 during the course of September, and therefore there was a net increase in the accounts receivable balance at the end of September of $130,000, $142.54. Now, you can certainly narrow down this list even further as needed. Let's say if you want to isolate just the payment transactions rather than the invoices, or we want to show only or exclude the invoice transactions from this account, from this account history. So let's go back into set filter again. I'm going to go ahead and clear this filter. I'm going to start with, again, account number, and we're going to go to equal to or contains, doesn't matter, 1006, and again we're going to use the date, GL transaction date of greater than equal to, let's say, September 1st, 2010, and GL transaction date less than or equal to September 30th, 2010, and we can add another condition, and this time we're going to say GL source, okay, GL source not equal to, okay, we're going to do not equal to IV, which is invoices. In other words, we want to exclude the invoice transactions from this filter list. I'm going to apply the filter and minimize this, and here it is. Now we have a list of all the transactions, payment transaction or credits or discounts and so forth that were posted against the account number 1006 for this period. Again, I can do recalculation. As you can see, the total debits, which implies the total sales posted against accounts receivable, is now 0, and we still have this total of $19,835.49 total payments or discounts or credits apply against the accounts receivable, and the total is the same. However, the list is much contains a lot less transaction to look at. So this is one way for you to identify quickly, you know, the payment or the discounts. You can isolate it even further. Let's say if you just want to see the discounts only or the credit memos, then you can filter the GL source by the specific type, like CM or PM or DS. Okay. Another useful feature of the set filter is certainly the ability to narrow the transaction down by date, so that to help you isolate the discrepancies or mismatch of balances for a specific period. Let's say if you, let's go back to this filter again, let's clear, and we're going to do again for account number 1006, and for the same period we're going to go GL transaction date greater than or equal to. Again, you can expand this into multiple periods for the entire quarter as needed, but let's do it for just one period, for 1 month at this point in this exercise. And GL transaction file date less than or equal to September 30th, 2010, and apply this, minimize this, okay, and let's get a total. And as you can see, again, it contains numerous transactions, maybe too much to look at one time, and you get a total, and you don't know, okay, which period within this date range contains questionable transactions. So the way we recommend you to narrow this list down is by cutting the date range in half each time you set the filter. So let's say the first time you apply the filter, you put in the first of the month to the end of the month, and you get a total. And there's a discrepancy, so you're not sure whether it's is it the first half or is it the second half. So we recommend that you narrow down in half each time you set the filter. So for this exercise, we're going to go. Let's narrow down the first half, because let's see if the first half contains the right amount of or the discrepancy amount that you are looking for. So let's do the, again, contains 106. So the idea, the key point here is that just keep narrowing the date range by half, cut it in half until you can isolate it down to a particular date. Okay, so we're going to do transaction date and greater than or equal to, we're going to do keep the first, okay, so first, so September 1st, 2010, and so we can cut the date range in half by changing the date to, okay, less than or equal to, instead of September 30th, we're going to use September 15th, okay? Again, hopefully that will narrow the date, the transaction, number of transactions down by half of the list, okay? So apply. So there's no transaction in that period. Let's go, and then we can change, let's say, from this, oh, sorry, transaction ID, apply. Okay, so you can see the list is now narrowed down by half. Now we can repeat the same process further and go into, let's see, 7. Let's do a 7 to the 15th. Okay. Again, you can see it goes from the 7th, and that list is now cut in half. And you keep repeating this process. So I'm going to go to from the 7th to, let's say, the 10th, or 7 to the 11th. Okay, apply. And you can see there, the list is now down to just simply 3 transactions. And if I keep repeating this, let's go down to the 8th, here, apply, minimize. Now we're down just to a very small list, and a very manageable list, small list, that you hopefully be able to quickly identify the transaction in question, either by the amount or by the total here and so forth, and you'll be able to make a decision quickly enough. So it's really, that's the power of this set filter, and the ability of narrowing it down by date range and keep halving the search period until you can get to the list that you want. And once you have the list, then again you have that option of being able to print the list and do a data view and export to Excel and be able to further analyze this data set to what you need it to be. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.